FaZe AWPer Broky is a cheater. In this game on Anubis, he put on a masterclass with a rating of 1.4. But when he first joined FaZe, he was not even the AWPer of the team. But ever since he took over the role, he's been one of the best players in the world. And the stats Broky are putting up is making him go head to head with the best players in the world. So how can one player carry a professional team with these legendary players? Well, today we will break down how FaZe and Broky did the impossible at the major. In round 25, Navi goes for a hard A round with sending 3 players to the sidewalk. The reason for this is so the water player on FaZe will not get any information on what's about to happen. While FaZe is going for a default setup in a 2-2-1 position. FaZe uses a setup of 1 Molotov in mid to stop the aggression, while Twist takes door control. Electronic here decides to go for an interesting play and runs through a Molotov and right into Twist FAMAS. And Navi is a man down. No idea what the play was here. Oh wait, look at the A site. Navi are going. Rops uses a great smoke and does some damage, but Pit is just better and the site is open for business. Navi uses these smokes to take A site. These blocks off the main entryways of A site. Broky with a ballsy move, a high risk reward play and gets a kill and makes sure the retake is a 4v3 in FaZe favor. Look at how FaZe plays this retake by sending 3 players towards heaven and Twist in mid waiting for the smoke to disappear so he can join in on the round. This retake is interesting since if we look at the Navi utility, none of them have fully smoked or Molotov heaven. So FaZe are freely allowed to walk and take heaven. Twist guesses and hits a jackpot, killing Simple through the smoke. And look at Navi's position for the hold. The whole defense relied on Simple's position. And when Simple dies, the whole position's dynamic for Navi does not work out. And the rest of the round crumbles for Navi, and this is where the comeback starts. Round 26 starts similar with the same setup as last round. But this time FaZe decides to rather smoke mid to avoid any aggression from Navi early. While Navi Molotovs deep mid. And here I think it's a waste of the Molotov, since you can't push through to get any information, so I think Electronic should have held it. But here Electronic is a bit slower in mid. Well, if we look at the map, Navi have only gotten water control. The reason water control is good enough for the T side is because they smoked the connector player from FaZe, so he can't see what's happening in water. This is the smoke they use. And this limits how aggressive FaZe can be when you have no water control. And as soon as Navi gives up mid with Electronic and Twist take it back, FaZe knows that it will be an A execute, since that's all the map control Navi have. Only problem now is that FaZe is more ready, with the 3 star players showing up to defend the site. But what you can see is that FaZe had let all players leave A, just to have more mid presence. But as soon as a Navi flash is heard on A, they all rotate back. But look at Broky. He just hides in the smoke like he's playing versus Silvers, and Bit runs into Twist Crosshair. But now we have to ask, what the fuck will Broky do in this position? He's back on the high risk, high reward scale and kills the planter and then kills Perfecto. How can he do this? Well, first of all, this smoke play is a play Navi does not expect. But the biggest reason he's allowed to do this play is to look at Navi's position, look at where they are holding when they try to plant the bomb. But yet again, Broky is the hero FaZe needed and Electronic's lurk is just too late and FaZe takes another round. Round 28 is important. If Navi wins this, they win the game, but if Navi loses, they are on a shitty bye for the second to last round. FaZe on the other hand knows this and they have to cook something good up here. FaZe with an early stairs nade I have not seen before. Here's the lineup. This nade is great to do chip damage on the T's playing the stairs, and as we have seen from Navi, they mainly take water control from stairs, so a nade like this is perfect for FaZe to use. Perfecto gives Bit one of these bad flashes. They are not optimal for a fight, more so just for map control, and Bit gets a great position in water. And yet again, the game seems to be headed towards A. Or is it just a fake? Navi uses a lot of utility and sound to lure FaZe into thinking it's A again. And you can see Twist rotate off mid to help Rops. Bit sells the fake a little bit too soon and Rops get the information that it's clear. And mid and B is where to look out for. At the same time, Navi is headed towards B and mid after seeing Twist die in the kill feed. Navi now goes for the B play. And here we need some heroics from the B players, the old dogs. And oh boy do they deliver. Kerrigan kills the mid flank that is Electronic, who so far have not been lucky with any of his solo plays. And Rain goes big with 3 kills. He's allowed to do this since the main player is not in a position to trade him, and the side players have a lot of players and spots to worry about. And FaZe takes the round. Have FaZe comeback so far been for nothing? Well, we'll find out. FaZe have decided to only have Rain on the B side, while they lean towards a heavy A and mid setup. This is mainly done since Navi was going to A so many times and FaZe does a risky gamble. And these gambles have to pay off, and for Kerrigan to call this in the last round is a ballsy move. A big reason for this was last round. Navi had the advantage going into site and lost it due to Rain, and I think this was Kerrigan's main info to focus A, since Navi can't lose another round like that on B. But here FaZe have a trick up their sleeves. While Na'Vi was setting up a default setup, ropz pushes into water and gets a great kill on bit, and shoots Perfecto low. This is able to do since Na'Vi have been so bad at taking map control, so ropz knows he's able to get water. And now with water control, you can see why FaZe only were one player on B. Since when you get water control, you don't need more players on B, since this is all the map control you will have now. But with all of this room for FaZe, Na'Vi have to take mid as their only option. And this fails, since FaZe gladly gives Na'Vi mid, to let them lurk in mid and wonder where FaZe are. And with only 20 seconds left, B site is the target. And here the caster says,
only 20 seconds left, Na'Vi, they don't have enough time for this. There's a huge defense all of a sudden.
FaZe B hold is such a strong one for Kerrigan and Rain. They have Kerrigan looking main from backside and Rain focusing water. But as soon as Broky is rotating from mid to B, you can see Kerrigan gives up main and helps Rain by holding water from site so Broky can focus main. A perfect way to hold, and FaZe wins the round.
FaZe, they've done the impossible, they've made their way back, and it's overtime, 15-15.
Round 1 and it's the start of the overtime. And here FaZe have gone for a very default setup with 2 B players, 2 players on A and 1 player in mid. Na'Vi on the other hand is spreading more out with the bomb in middle, but have a heavy focus on B main with 3 players getting ready. Here it seems like Na'Vi wants to search out kills and end on B site. Bits get flashed to peek A main and makes a lot of noise doing this, so the FaZe players will know that at least 2 players are outside of A. Na'Vi on the other hand is forcing FaZe on B site to use all of their smokes and utility while they sit back and wait. They do this by molotoving and throwing utility outside of B, forcing B players to react with their own utility. Na'Vi pulls the trigger, and with a nice molotov and boost combo by Simple and NPL, they get to look into backside. But here Simple gets lucky and spots Kerrigan and hits him for 84. Na'Vi now knows it's the right time for the execute. And here there are trades, and the 3 youngsters from FaZe are going into a 3v4 retake. Here Na'Vi fails big time. Broky kills Perfecto, and we can see how bad Simple's position is. We now have to worry about water and Broky. And Simple and NPL gets taken out, and it's bit in the 1v3. And here he shows us why he's the rookie of the year, and pulls off a masterclass in how to hold a bomb in the 1v3.
It's all on Bit here to try and hold on. He throws down the Molotov on top of the bomb, and they can't get the defuse. That bomb is on fire, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Grenade lands right on top, and Bit, he's got the round. That is absolutely magnificent.
Na'Vi plays their CT side a little bit different, with 3 players on B, 1 in mid and 1 alone on A. This is done since the mid players can always rotate fast to help on A, and B is the hardest side to retake, so to have some extra firepower there is just logical. But stop, how can I know that B is the hardest side to take? Well, it all comes down to 3 things. Entry and exit paths. Look at the ones on B and A and on Anubis and you will see. Corners to check. Well, if you have less corners to check, the retake will be faster done. And the third and final one, good post-plant positions. You can play from anywhere when it comes to a post-plant, but these are the good ones for each site. Look at FaZe position. Look how none of them are even trying to get water. The reason is that an early water smoke from FaZe is used to block the connector player for any information in water, and Bit will never peek water since that's too risky. So with this in mind, FaZe can completely drop water to be ready for a full push out on B. We see some aggression from Na'Vi and probably why they went for 3 players on B, and here the trades are 2 for 2, so aggression did not work out for Na'Vi since a 2 for 2 trade favors the T side. But Kerrigan, reading the game like a book, finds electronic lurk and it's a 3v2. You can see Rain understands that the connector player have to help site and lurks into water smokes and kills him. This leaves Bit in the 1v3 and FaZe takes the round. Last round of the game if FaZe wins it, and there is so much pressure on this game. The winner will be in the playoffs while the loser is completely out of the major. FaZe is back to a default CT setup with a 2-1-2, but have changed Rain and Broky's position. Is this a mind game? Well, at the highest level, you will watch hours of demos on each map before a match. You will then know where the enemy players play, roll, and how they like to play. So a switch up like this could be a mind game tactic by Kerrigan, or maybe I'm just reading too much into this. Na'Vi on the other hand is going very slow in the start, just slowly taking map control. ropz smokes main and pushes closer to the smoke. It's all about catching a timing, but here Bit hits some good shots through the smoke and tags up ropz. Ropz whiffs and Bit gets the kill. And the refrag attempt from Twist is not ideal and Bit have gotten Na'Vi away to win the round. Look at FaZe now, it's full stress in the 3v5 and see how fast the rotations are. But pay attention to Rain, you'll see why later. Kerrigan gets a great position in Heaven, and see how he rotates to Heaven from spawn and not mid, since FaZe have no mid control. He can't rotate through mid, and this makes his rotation much slower. And here Na'Vi had to push that. Only problem is that Perfecto and NPL takes too long checking mid, the mid push comes and Kerrigan steps up and gets 2 kills from middle before being traded by a nade. This is the most important kills in the round for FaZe, The reason Kerrigan can get these 2 kills is the way Perfecto is baiting NPL, letting his teammate die before he even tried to trade. Here NPL had to wide swing so Perfecto could peek a little bit closer and fight Kerrigan 2v1 instead of 1v1 2 times. Broky with a fast trade and it's only simple and bit left, but look at the map. Rain have went for a super early flank. And going over the other T-side rounds for FaZe, Rain have never done this in any other round at all. So this catches Na'Vi off guard for 2 reasons. The first is how fast the flank is, like Na'Vi barely had time to plant the bomb before Rain gets behind them. The other reason is that Na'Vi have not seen this play before, and they won't expect it. Rain gets the kill on Bit and it's simple in the 1v2, and it's easy work from FaZe, and Broky gets the last kill. How fitting.
Oh, they're right up behind him, the flick not connecting, and he has brought down Broky to send Na'Vi out of the major!
In every round we have broken down, we have seen how important water control was. We as well have seen how Broky's risk-reward management have won FaZe so many rounds they should never have won. Thanks for watching.